I haven't seen this guy for years, but it's like I just saw him last week. We just said, let's go for it and just start making some more music. 3 years that we were making no money.
Yep.
Where the fuck did the idea for the red couch come from?
You know what? It was my nonna's couch. She had it in her.
This is the best. Amazing.
You have a backup plan, you will fail. You've already achieved your plan A. You're already there. It's just a matter of the days catching up.
Where I grew up, the people I grew up around, I guess, big things didn't seem possible. I'm showing people these demos and they're going, this guy can't sing.
Welcome back to the MBH podcast. Money buys happiness, guys. Appreciate you tapping in. You know we fucking love you guys.
Thank you very much.
And you guys.
That's such a good intro.
We just passed 100K subs. So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you, boys. And
So
and
hard.
It's been, dude, it's been a grind and a half.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Download the episode.
Download
sure.
the episode. Do whatever. You know what I
6
mean? We're
star if you
easy.
can.
Just do the most. Just do the most you can,
Get
guys.
6
Give
going.
the voice some love.
But
We got the boys.
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
Crash
All right.
Adams Music, boys. What's going on?
Yes.
Not too much, man. We're happy to be here. Thank you
I'm
very
happy
much
to
for
have you,
having
bro.
us.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
You guys have been experienced a lot of growth in the last few years. It's been crazy. I mean, I've been watching Vince a lot. We know each other from a while back. We played soccer together. So just to see the amount of growth that you guys have had in the past, I would say 2 to 3 years, right? That's pretty much the time frame.
And I think
Wow,
the
it's been
biggest
crazy.
thing, and we were talking off cam about it, was just being from the same place. You
Yeah.
know, Toronto, Vaughan, GTA. Just like it's amazing seeing other people from our city like doing something big. You know, it feels good. You love to see it, right?
It was great.
So
Maybe
guys,
let's
congrats.
start. Yeah, first
Thank
of all,
you.
congrats
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Same
I
back
was
to
even,
you guys.
thank you. I was looking at your numbers, and the numbers are
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like combined over 10 million followers
Appreciate it.
on multiple platforms, which is like
Which
that,
is tough.
that's insane, man.
It's
That's
tough.
that's really hard to do. So definitely want to get into the story as to how you guys started this, right? Maybe let's take it back to how you two first met and
Yeah.
where you guys were at each stage of your lives.
Let's do it. All right. So our parents started off. Our parents were great friends. From
Still are, don't worry.
Yeah, still are. Still are.
They were great.
Just saw them last night.
Yeah.
But, they, because they were such good friends, we naturally, obviously, we grew up together. I was always at this guy's house. We're in the backyard playing soccer, playing music. I remember we had like video games, a bunch of stuff like that. We always were very well connected, I would say, like in terms of our relationship. Like we were never the same people.
Okay.
In fact, like Vince's got a brother. I would say we always say like I'm pretty similar
Yeah,
to
you're
Marco
exactly like my
in
brother.
terms of like our in terms of our mindset. So I guess he knew how to deal with a guy like me.
More of that later.
And you guys are both 93s?
94. I'm
94. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Cool.
So we grew up together. We went separate ways. I went to a high school called De La Salle. He went to St.
St. E's, baby.
Of course,
There you
bro.
go.
Come on. Shout out St. E's.
Love that. And then I went to university. I went to Western. Adams was in where you were overseas at that time, I guess.
Started at Ryerson.
Yeah.
Started at Ryerson, but you ended up playing soccer in Germany.
Dropped out like 3 times.
Nice.
Hey, listen, we
Nice.
could get
You
into that
probably-
later.
yeah,
We
you
could
can
get
get
into
into
that, of
soccer.
course.
Dropped out a couple times.
Of course.
Exactly. I was a DJ, so I was a DJ
okay.
at Western.
Okay, cool.
Opened up for like everybody under the sun because like I was with the promo companies that
Cool.
that ran Western. So
course.
so we had the in there, and I kind of had like a front row seat of just kind of how the DJs would come in and how the music industry would move in London, and then obviously that branched into Toronto and other
Yeah.
spots because London was a powerhouse in terms
Yeah.
of the talent of who kind of came through there.
Of course. I feel like it's a small community too. So when something's happening, everyone knows. Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially when something happens to like one or two of the people, because everybody's in the promo companies over there.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
true.
the
They're all
the
trying to make money in
exactly
school, yeah.
the nightlife is really London, Ontario. That's kind of what runs, I would say, the biggest entertainment around there. But
Okay.
and then so I got bored of DJing a little bit. I would say I took a step back and I started making actual like instrument music. I needed a guitarist on a song. Called up Vince. And he's been the best guitarist I've known for my entire life.
Boost
Right.
me up
So
big time.
so obviously, naturally, I was gonna call him. We got along great. Went to the studio, made a song together. Literally, we made just one song, and from that, just reconnecting and seeing that, like, oh damn, we're still. It's like I haven't seen this guy for years, but it's like I just saw him last week.
Yeah.
That's kind of what kept us moving forward, and we just said, let's go for it and just start making some more music.
True.
What was the
Yeah, so-
thought process like coming, like connecting and saying, hey, let's make a song? Like, were you thinking like, hey, this is something, or was it just more like a passion thing? Like, hey, let's just make a song.
You know what happened? I was doing well as a DJ on this was like the SoundCloud days, and I had a lot of like industry support from people who had already made it. So I had a couple big remixes that were going viral, I guess.
Okay.
However viral was back in the day with SoundCloud and YouTube and that kind of stuff. So I knew that there was like something there already, and I knew I was gonna finish school and go for it in music right away.
Oh, so you knew that already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That was the deal. That like promised my parents that like,
Finish.
okay, go through. I'll get my accounting degree.
They just want you to finish.
Right?
Yeah,
That's all. They don't even care what you do after. Just finish.
That's what it was. That's
Yeah.
what it
So
was.
you,
But
so you knew the whole time you wanted
the
to
whole
be in
time.
music.
Yeah, 100%.
And then for you, I guess it's a bit different, right? Because I know a little bit about your past.
Yeah, like
and you were going hard with soccer for a long time.
Yeah.
But you did have a passion for music.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I kind of had both. I had passion for both. So I didn't
Okay.
really know what I wanted to do. It was kind of like whatever came first. But the thing is, like we were talking about earlier, where I grew up, the people I grew up around, I guess, big things didn't seem possible.
Yeah.
So, I was playing soccer, for example, and I always have this thing in the back of my mind. You go play a game, you're like, is it really possible to even become a pro? Like, you have all these
Yeah.
doubts and things like that. So then, yeah, literally, there was a point where I was like, I was getting old for soccer. I think it was like 22 or 23.
Yeah.
And I said, there's no point doing this anymore.
Yeah.
So when this guy called me up, I didn't even want to play music anymore. I quit.
Wow.
And he kind of
Thank
reignited
God
the
you
fire.
did.
He reignited the fire. And now we're here, right?
Yeah, yeah. And did you kind of, because I know how you were as a footy player too,
Yeah.
like you're a very determined person. You
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
your all when you,
Yeah.
like, you're the type of guy that was there after practice, before
Yeah.
practice, like, like looking at the game, looking at this. And I was like, wow, this guy's super determined. So was that something that you brought into music after?
Yeah, that's
Without
some
a doubt.
yeah,
Without
that's
a
something I still do now. Like when we'll talk a little bit more about the social media, but when it comes to like the analytics and stuff like that.
Oh, you get deep,
First
eh?
thing I look at in the morning,
For sure, right?
I'm reviewing things like
It's
morning,
addicting. The
night.
numbers are addicting, no?
The numbers are addicting, but
So you guys make this first track.
yeah.
What kind of comes from there?
Yeah. And is there a brand behind it at that point?
There kind of was.
Okay.
We weren't called Crash Adams. We were actually called Only Knows.
Okay.
Knows.
Knows.
Okay.
Like Only Knows. It was like we are trying to be a little mysterious. Like the first song, we actually released a song. It's called Astronauts. It was like our very first song that we ever put out. And if you hear that song compared to kind of where we're at now, it was a lot more alt. So we're a little more mysterious. Like we're trying to, like it wasn't us, but like we were trying to like put on this like front where we don't show our face. We don't
Yeah.
do this.
There's a persona to it.
Yeah, there was a persona to it, but it didn't really feel like it was us. But from there, we kept going in that direction, that little alt direction, and we made like probably 8 or 9 songs. My uncle had a recording studio that he's kept open since before I was born, because he's always that's his dream too, to have an artist who comes up that he maybe helps push through the ranks and that he gets big. And my dad is an amazing musician. Better musician, 10 times better musician than I am. And so they were all like, my whole family was in music. We were all in music. So when we kind of went for it, they were like, okay, let's see. We didn't make it in music. Let's see what these guys can do. And it stuck together. My uncle never said no. Anytime I had to use the studio, he was like, go for it. We'd be there till 2, 3 in the morning. It didn't matter. And made about 8 or 9 songs, I think, in a time span of a year before we launched.
That's a lot.
Halfway through is when we started finding our groove of kind of who we were. I think.
Okay.
That's when the Suits came about. Like we started having conversations. Like we really liked Suits always from the get go, because like we like looking good. You guys the same way. Like we like fashion. We like being presentable. I think it makes us feel great, and we appreciate when others are are killing the fashion game as well. So when we saw the suits and we were like, you know what, I think this could really fit for us. And when we put them on, it was like, this is us.
You felt it
Yeah.
right away. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
Did you
100%.
take inspiration from anyone else at that point of with the suits or like the brand itself?
I would say the brand itself, no, but the suits maybe like subconsciously a How I Met Your Mother thing.
Okay.
Could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think like he's definitely my favorite TV character.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because I think he's just so outrageous. He's the type of guy. that's like- right.
What
So,
year is this that you guys decide that you start making all? You guys did 9 tracks one year,
We probably 2018, I think.
and you're done school at that point.
Done school.
You're
at that
done school,
point.
and then you're done with soccer at that point.
Done.
Yeah.
So you're both going full time with music.
Full time, like
Okay,
every day in
when
the
you,
studio.
when you say full time, is there any job? Like, are you working like part time or whatever just to like keep it rolling?
Oh, there was a few.
Starving artist, right?
Actually,
Starving
there-
artist.
tell
there's
him the
a
jobs.
few.
Tell him the
There's a
jobs.
few.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so the first one was I was waking up at 5 a.m. to teach kids overseas how to speak English,
Wow.
Like Zoom.
like Zoom.
Wow.
So I lasted
Okay.
2 months there.
nice.
that's a long time.
I lasted
okay.
2 months.
Was that
Listen,
what, like once a week kind of thing?
no, every day.
Oof.
Every single day
Okay.
I was waking up like at 4:55.
Yeah,
roll out of
construction
bed,
hours.
Going downstairs and just, hey guys.
I tried to do that too. I got fired. I got
Yeah,
fired.
he didn't make the cut.
He said, "Oh, you're done, buddy. You're done."
No, and then naturally it's just playing soccer all the time, just soccer coaching, stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
that's
But
easy.
then- and then there was another job where I started a business, basically where I was selling grip socks, and I would use social media to get people to the page to buy the socks.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of how I learned
The soccer socks. The
yeah, like the
classics.
grip
Yeah,
socks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
everyone sells grip socks.
Yep.
Everyone and their mom sells grip socks.
Yeah.
But it was just like trying to get viral on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
things like that, and it worked out.
Because there was that moment where you guys financially weren't ready to
No.
be full time, right? And I think a lot of people
Yeah.
don't see that, right? They don't think it's okay to have a side job while you're trying to make the dream work, right? So how was that process for you guys?
It was difficult
Yeah.
for sure because like it was like 3 years that we were making no money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all our friends are going, they're getting jobs, they're killing it in life.
Yeah.
Like they're
Buying houses,
Right,
getting
you know what
this,
I mean?
getting
And,
that.
and
Yeah.
like we're sitting here and we're like, uh-oh, like we're in it. Like we weren't like, uh-oh, we were pretty content with ourselves, but everybody around us
Yeah.
was like, uh-oh.
Scared.
Like,
Makes you feel a certain way.
yeah. So they were all like, are these guys, they're making music? Are they? I wasn't even a singer. I learned how to sing like when we started Crash Adams.
Okay.
So the only reason I did it was because we couldn't find somebody to make lyrics that we liked.
And even at that time, I feel like even your support from your family is important.
Ye-
So did you get any of that, or was it?
So they without a doubt supported us 100%. They never wavered, always supported us. Whether or not they were scared that we were going to make it or not, that's a story for another day. Who knows?
yeah.
But I know my mom never had a doubt in her mind.
Yeah.
Never. Their entire time she's known.
She just trusted
that.
you.
Yeah,
Which
she's
is
known.
huge, man, and that's huge because we always say like really in anything, business, any music, whatever it is you're doing, sports, whatever career you're trying to take, to the next level. Like it's tough for parents to be supportive. They want to, but they also want what's best for you.
Exactly.
So when you don't get that instant blow up or whatever, they're kind of looking like you said, they support, but they're a little scared. They're like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
like is this what it's gonna be type of thing? So
Yeah.
you guys said you had that right away. How about you, Vince?
My family never had doubts. Like they definitely supported throughout.
Okay.
But there's the moments. Like
Yeah.
you have your mom, for example. Like you work so hard on something and it doesn't work. There's those times where she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, what if you just try this? Or I'm not trying to steer you away from this, but what if you tried this as well? It's like,
Because you had to reinvent yourself as well.
Yeah, I was
right?
just we'll talk about it a little more later maybe, but like we started as musicians and we had to learn social media.
Yeah.
So because I didn't know anything about social media, I was just playing soccer. I was just training every single day, making highlight videos, things like that.
Yeah.
I knew nothing, so it was a full reinvention process.
You know what though? I would say like the credit to this guy because this guy had a lot of pressure. He's also a year older than me, right? So like it's like he could have and from my perspective, like me not being a singer, like I'm the guy, the voice, you know what I mean? So like I believed in myself, but from on his side, he's thinking, okay, this guy's not even a singer. Like
No.
I gotta trust, I gotta trust this guy.
Well, no, imagine.
to be the voice of of what
My
we're
future.
doing together.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
future,
Well,
right?
Imagine I'm showing people these demos and they're going, this guy can't sing.
Oh my god.
and I'm the first guy to go, wait 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
Uh-huh.
And now those same
Yeah.
people are going, wow.
Oh, this is great.
Wow. I'm like, yeah, you should have given him a chance.
Well, even on that, like how did you teach yourself how to sing?
YouTube was really good. I
Yeah.
used to do like a lot of vocal warm-ups on YouTube.
YouTube University.
Classic.
Literally.
100%.
the
Yeah,
best,
like,
man.
Best,
like
man.
there's honestly there's no excuse for anybody anymore to not learn how to do anything
Yeah.
because it's a YouTube away.
Yeah.
There's everything is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I would do that, and then finally, as I started getting better, and as the song started going, then I started going to vocal lessons.
Cool.
Great vocal teacher. He actually, you know what? Like I live in LA, and I'm probably gonna Zoom this guy because I really think he's that good. In terms of vocal lessons. So I'll probably go back to him, and then like I still don't think I'm great, and I don't think I ever will. But I'm always gonna.
Yeah, you keep grinding.
You're
at
gonna be
it.
your biggest
Yeah,
critic.
right. Yeah,
anyways.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys do the 9 tracks. You have the whole different name. Then you go, fuck, these suits look good. You know what I mean? Okay, that's the next step.
Someone take a pic. Let's go.
So when does kind of Crash Adams come to be? How does the name come to be? And then how do you guys start building this brand? Because I think that is one of the most impressive things I've seen in a long
Thank you.
time when
Yeah,
it comes
thank
to branding on social media. So I kind of want to go into that direction.
Definitely. I think first and foremost, like, and it becomes difficult at times because sometimes people don't understand why we are specifically. I'd say I'm the harder head out of the two of us, but sometimes people don't understand why we place such importance on like little things, like don't ever take your glasses off, or
Yeah.
don't ever like,
crazy.
oh, this has to be a certain way, or like you have to stand on the left side and I have to stand on the right side, or you. So we place such importance on brand because I think brand is everything. You could spend 10 years building a brand and tarnish it in 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Less
Yeah.
too. Less.
Right?
15 seconds
Less,
now.
15
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
So for us, it's always been the most important thing. The music has to reflect the brand. It has to reflect our mission. Our brand has to reflect our mission. And we started, and our mission, but our mission from the get-go was like, we're not just doing this to be rich and famous. Like I couldn't care less. Like we're not doing this to be influencers. We're doing this to connect with people in the way that we believe people connect the most, and that's through music. And through that, we want to lift everybody's vibration. That's what we say. We want to raise your vibration. Anybody that comes into contact with us, whether you see us on the street, whether you see our videos or hear our music, we want to raise your vibration. Where Crash Adams comes from is there's a movie called Patch Adams with Robin Williams. And in this movie, it's the definition of raising people's vibration through unconventional ways, because like this guy, for anybody that's never seen the movie, he's a med school student and he goes through med school, and the way he's like an older guy with all these college students going through med school, and he's the one outside the box, and all these med school students are learning their conventional methods to heal their patients, and they have to do things a certain way. But no, Robin Williams decides to make people laugh that way, and wear a clown nose, and he placed a lot of importance on the personal connectivity as opposed from the traditional methods.
Yes.
And from there, we were like this movie's literally exactly what we believe, but we couldn't be Patch Adams, so Crash Adams sounded a little cooler. As well as like I love the fact that is like I go by Crash and he'll go by Adams, and it's like you can have that dual persona, and still have the character aspect that still is us. Like it's not a front, but that's kind of how it came about with
It's a really
Crash
cool
Adams.
story for a brand. It's very cool. Even when it comes to the knowledge on the branding side and the importance on it, where did you get that from? Because that just doesn't come around, and you understand social media all of a sudden. You understand the importance behind having a presence too. So where did that come from?
I think I never thought about that actually. I would say guys like Deadmau5 are an example of brand. Maybe Skrillex is another good example. like people who maybe it came from the dance music world, like Dead Mouse is always, everything is about that mouse head. When you see that mouse head, you know it's Dead
Yeah, you
Mouse,
know who it
right?
is. Yeah, hell
right?
yeah.
Skrillex was the guy. He had the shaved side over here,
Yeah.
and he was that guy. Where anytime you see another person with that hairstyle, you knew it came from Skrillex.
It's true.
right?
It's true.
So
Daft Punk
yeah,
as
Daft
well.
Punk's
Yeah.
another one. So there was always these pinnacles of people who had made it to the top with their branding that I think we really looked at and enjoyed and was like, you know what, we want something memorable like that, so that when people see us on the street, they know it's us.
Yep.
Okay.
And how about even like the content side, the social media strategy side? Did you guys have experience in that before? Because you guys came in hot on socials, right?
Yeah, honestly, we were,
What was
yeah,
like the month and year that you guys started the socials?
What did we start? October 2019, maybe September 2019.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, but we
think
knew
so.
nothing. We honestly, I think it was this guy. He was listening to or reading Gary Vee Crushing It.
There you go. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
you need to do.
Gary Vee
Yeah.
Crushing
That's
It.
all you need.
Yeah, just listen to Gary Vee and you got your next.
True.
But you know, he was pushing TikTok.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, let's download TikTok and let's post. So we posted our first video where we brought a red couch into the middle of the street.
That was the couch one, right?
Yeah.
First
Dude,
one.
this-
First one.
First video
one.
ever. First
First
video.
video. So imagine I'm posting this video.
This is crazy. We know nothing. We know nothing about TikTok.
Nothing. I think I put like some random theme song behind it, whatever. I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you later, whatever. Went to soccer practice.
Of course you did.
Went to soccer
Of
practice.
course you did.
And then all of a sudden I look at my phone, I'm like, 14,000 views.
Crazy.
And then the next day, like 500,000 views.
This is
What's going on?
2019.
This is 2019.
Yeah.
And this video hit 1 million views, but like, you know, 1 million views for us now is
How fast?
hit in a
Oh,
day.
a day,
It must have been a
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Wow.
Must have been a day.
I thought it was fake. Like
Yeah,
I thought it was
we
like,
thought like, hey, like, you know, someone's boosting our post or something.
yeah.
But at that point, we're like, we made it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
over.
yeah, we actually did think
It's
we
over.
did.
Like, we have 2,000 followers on
Yeah.
TikTok. We just got 1 million views. Yeah.
Of course.
And we made it.
Yeah.
And then we realized the next video we posted, it got 600 views.
But
Yeah.
but the red couch.
Yeah.
I have to ask, where did that come from? How? Like where the fuck did the idea for the red couch come from?
You know what? It was my nonna's couch. She had it in her.
amazing.
Espressos and everything, right?
We need you to repeat that because we're gonna clip that right now. Where did the couch come from?
It was the red couch. It was my nonna's couch. It was. She got it when she came to Canada. It was in her family room, and my uncle eventually she got it out of her house. My uncle brought it to the studio.
Nice.
It was sitting in our studio. It was like for anybody who knew my uncle's studio, it was an iconic part of the studio. You
Okay.
walked in and you would see the red couch right there because it just looks like if you see it. We didn't bring it today, but if you see it, it's just
Stands
like
out,
it
yeah.
pops. Like
Yeah.
the velour on the couch like really reflects the light. And so we had a photo shoot and naturally we did it on the couch. And from there we were looking at the photos and we were like, damn, this couch kind
good.
of pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we brought it. We decided to like bring it outside and just take a photo shoot outside. Happened to be we were at Yonge and Dundas and we happened to see the 4-way crosswalk. So we just ran in the middle of the street at the crosswalk. I think we were gonna do it in the square first, but
Something
security
like that.
kicked us
Yeah,
I
out.
remember you guys
Yeah.
posting that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That was iconic. That was
That video.
iconic. The
So I was gonna
Dundas.
because I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you what was like a viral moment, and I guess it happened the first video.
First video.
First video. But then, like I said, the next video got 600 views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
then
it-
you understood
Then
the
we
game now.
we realized like, okay, that was an accident.
Yeah.
And then we did our research and we started figuring things out. But it wasn't until January where we were like, all right, we're gonna start posting every single day. Because you know, posting every single day, you're not necessarily gonna get a viral video just because you're posting every single
Yep.
day, but you're gonna learn how to post. You're gonna learn how to make these
What works, what
you're gonna
doesn't.
see- exactly, right? So I
And
remember
were you
this-
guys trying to get involved with like the trends in the audio? and
yeah,
different-
like
okay.
trending and like using audio stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then one day I was just at home and I was like, you know what, let's just try something. We just filmed a music video and this post is probably gonna go nowhere, but let's see what happens. Posted it. It was us with I don't know how many dancers behind us singing our song Ooh. And all of a sudden 10,000 views, 20,000 views, 30, 40, 50, and it went up to like I think it was like 250,000.
But before this happened though, this happens to be a pattern
Oh, yeah.
out of every single time. I get home and I see the post. I call this guy. I'm like, are you sure you like what? Maybe we should take it down. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
That's
if
when
it's
that's
that
the point
good.
where you guys are really picky, right? You guys are like,
Yeah,
fuck, I don't know
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I like this. It was like, hey, I'm Crash and I'm Adams. Like that's what like the captions. It was kind of giving a story.
Simple.
Like, we're like, this really isn't that good of a post. Like maybe we should take it down. I don't know if I like it.
Yep.
Sure enough, obviously I'm wrong. And
Every
it
time he
blows
doesn't like a
up.
post, it goes viral.
It's the name of the game. I mean,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
us, like on our end, we look at content, we look at episodes sometimes, and we're like, oh, this one did okay. Maybe they'll give us some views or whatever. This one, this one should do really well.
Yeah.
And then the opposite happens, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Hit an episode that goes crazy, and then the other one you thought
Yeah.
doesn't hit, right? But I wouldn't even talk about before that when you guys are, I guess, now partnering up together as a duo, right?
Yep.
That's what you guys are
Yeah.
doing.
Yep.
What kind of conversations are you both having at that point to say, hey, like we're about to do this together. This is what your role's got to be. This is because even us, we have conversations
Yeah.
like that all the time, and I know that even as a duo in music, it's hard because egos can clash. You guys start getting bigger, things start happening, right? So talk to us about that whole process of you guys saying, okay, we're about to do this together. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment.
Yeah,
the
the
moment
moment.
that the moment we decided
Yeah.
we were gonna do this together, we took a selfie with a couple of espressos, by the way.
Yeah, we had a couple of espressos.
couple
I'll
of
show you the
espresso.
selfie.
Yeah,
I'll show
we'll
you
show-
that.
we'll
We're
show
gonna
you
pull it
guys.
up.
We'll pull it
I'm
up
gonna
too.
pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. But
Yeah, we'll have
you
to throw
just
some sunglasses
just
on it.
don't show the camera this selfie because we'll show it when our careers are over. And we
But yeah, anyways, we took this selfie and we both said to each other, we looked at each other and said, this
Yeah.
is the moment where we made it.
Yeah.
This is it. No, there's no doubts anymore. There's no nothing. No matter what, if you got to wake up at 5 a.m. to do your side job or whatever,
Yeah.
we made it.
Yeah.
Do it, yeah.
We
But
took the
we're going all
selfie
in.
and all this stuff happened and now we're here.
Yeah.
you know what? It's gonna take me too
Yeah, it's
long.
gonna
And
take
is
a
there
while.
and
It's
is
like-
there
it was a while ago.
conversations about like, listen, if this ever happens, we got to stick together. If this ever like those kind of conversations as well.
You know what? I don't think we ever really had those conversations, but
think
I
it was ingrained, 'cause-
Yeah, like exactly. Like we just knew that it was like we definitely had our share of outside pressure, like, oh, like why are you doing this or why are you doing that? But this always came first. Like there was never, if there was a moment where it became, okay, one of us has to choose one of two things, we didn't have to convince the other person to choose Crash Adams.
Yeah.
The other person was always like, okay, this is number one.
Yeah.
Shout out to you because the fact that you trusted me with so much early on, like the way this was early on is we were going to the studio every day and I was like, okay, play this, or okay, let's do it this way. Okay, this is how we're going to approach this. This is at first.
Yeah.
Because like I was obviously the one that had the initial vision, right? And there was probably some stuff that this guy didn't agree with, but he was always like, okay, let me just give it a little bit before I decide not to do it.
Yeah.
And every time he did that, little things would happen, and he would bring things to the table that improved the ideas. And then from there it just became natural where we got into a flow where some days it was Vince taking the lead and pushing it a certain way, and some days it was me.
Yeah, it's about dropping your ego though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You gotta drop it. You have to.
He had
To be
no ego.
successful, you
I
need-
probably had a little bit of an ego. I would say when we started, I would say definitely. I came from
In
the
the beginning,
I came
right,
from
but
the
you
DJ
learn.
days.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing all these clubs, and you're like, I'm so sick. I get a bottle every night. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But as I got humbled pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, you're taking a couch out onto the street.
Yeah.
How much ego can you have? You know? But even when you make that decision, for
Yeah.
example, like I want to know more about what changes now in your mindset, what changes now in your habits, what's changing in your day to day, because a lot of people don't know the difference between, okay, this is my part-time thing, but now I'm finally deciding to go full force with this. So now maybe talk about what changed in your guys' lives. Maybe that's something in your mind. Maybe that's habits, like I said.
It's literally wake up in the morning and think
go.
about it.
Yeah.
Midday, think about it. Dream about it. It's everything. You're constantly in it constantly.
Yeah.
And you know, as a duo, you're talking. I'm talking to this guy more than my family.
Yeah,
That's how it happens.
It's
Yeah.
it's so constant, right?
100%. I think number one, we were fortunate to come across a lot of people that have instilled the mindset in us where if you're going to do something, if you go 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're preparing to fail.
To lose,
You're preparing to fail. If you have a backup plan, you will fail.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. If you have a backup plan, you're going in with the energy that if this doesn't work,
I have this.
I have this. If you have that mindset, you will manifest that.
Yeah.
You have to go in knowing that your plan A there's no question that you've already achieved your plan A. You're already there. It's just a matter of the days catching up.
You literally have to almost seem delusional to other people. Like
Yeah.
it's delusional
Yeah.
faith.
No, but that's
Right.
that's what exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Because you're doing something that only you know in your mind. So for other people to agree with it or see where you're coming from, they're gonna look at you as if you're delusional. Yeah.
But
100%.
you mentioned that you said manifestation, and we are huge on manifestation because exactly because I think a lot of what we've been able to do in terms of our success has been obviously the hard work. Don't ever
Yeah,
forget the hard
100%,
work.
yeah.
But the belief, the manifestation, the belief that this is what's coming for me, right? And being able to actually put yourself mentally in the place that you want to get to.
Now.
Believing that right now you're where you actually want to be in 5 years type of thing, right? So talk to me about that a little bit. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on manifestation is, how you kind of manifest, because everyone sort of has their own way to do it as well.
I know for myself, where this kind of came about, where I truly understood it was I read a book called The Complete Reader by Neville Goddard. That was life-changing because he really described it as like a text. This book is like a textbook. And I was taking notes. He really described a good step-by-step process of how to do it. A lot of it has to do with ingraining things into your subconscious mind so that when you're not even awake, when you're asleep, it's there and it's going, because that's how the most powerful manifestation occurs. Like when your body can't tell the difference between dreaming and awake, that's when the number one thing, that's when it happens easiest, because that's when your body's willing to just absorb all the energy of the world. Or I say body, like, but subconscious.
There was something I just read that your mind doesn't actually know when you're thinking
Yes.
about something or if you actually have it.
Yes.
It doesn't know the difference.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like at that point, right before sleep, that's when
You wanna
that
think about it.
occurs.
Yep.
That's when that occurs. So I think both of us definitely would go to bed visualizing, like, I don't know, let's say we wanted a record deal. Well, we would go to bed. I would actually go to bed. What I would think about is I would think about the conversation at the dinner table with my family, and I would see my dad's face, and I would see my mom's face, and I'd feel the air conditioning in the room, and I would feel my feet on the floor, and my back against the chair, to the point where like I really believed that this was happening. And side story, this is crazy. Last year, during was this last year? No, the year before. So not this New Year's, the New Year's before.
Okay.
Okay.
I was sick. So I was in my bed, didn't want to go near anybody. So I couldn't celebrate with my family. So what I did is I laid on the floor, shut the lights off at like 11:50 before New Year's, shut the lights off and put on some meditation music and just laid down. And all I visioned was me performing in there's a certain performance that we were doing, and I visioned this to the point where it was so real that I started crying.
Wow.
And this is like 11:59 going into 12 a.m. And that's the year where everything
Changed.
Took off.
Everything took off.
Wow.
And
It's powerful
It was
stuff.
It
so
is. It
real
is.
that I started
Yeah.
crying.
Yep.
And when that happened, it's crazy how this happens to be the year
Yeah.
that everything goes.
Yeah. I'm
It's
curious.
super important how you start the new year, though.
Yeah.
We say that all the time.
I'm very curious, and because we've had this conversation with other very successful people, like we always talk about, and it sort of bounces off the manifestation thing, like how you celebrate your wins, right? And the reason I ask that is because, like you mentioned, you're manifesting the record deal and how you're going to tell your family and whatnot, right? And what we've noticed, even with ourselves, is when we get what other people see as a really big win, we're not even really celebrating it to the extent that they are, because we've manifested it and seen ourselves in that
Yeah.
position so many
we're
times.
already there in our
that,
mind.
that it already happened for me. Like
That's true.
that win happened for me 3 years ago when I manifested it. I saw myself in that position, right? So I want to know, for you guys, do you guys do anything when it comes to celebrating your wins? And do you notice that your family or your friends or the people around you are usually celebrating the wins more than you guys are.
They definitely are. It's for example, signing with Warner, it was a massive success for our family. Everyone was so excited, but for us, we already knew. We were on this path to do what we wanted to do, and it's not so much that you don't celebrate it. It's you're just sitting in the moment that you already sat in, and you're kind of just like, all right, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Feels good. You're just taking it in. You're enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
this feels like, this is familiar. This is a familiar
feeling, but then it's just like, all right, next.
That's the thing. You're always like, okay,
always
cool, it
figuring out what's
happened.
next.
But you're already now thinking 3 years ahead. Like what's that next big moment, right? And you'll get there, and then your family's gonna be like, "Ooh, all excited!" And you guys are like, "Yeah, I've been here already.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there before."
And even in terms of that, like goal setting, like how do you guys create your goals as music artists, as creators as well? Because you guys are huge on socials. How are you guys doing that? Are you guys basing it off numbers, basing it off volume of content?
I would say both. We do this a lot actually, or at least I do this a lot, is there's a lot of taking steps back. Because even when things are going right and things are moving in the right direction, you want to zoom out a little bit and see where you're going, because sometimes you might have a huge growth period that doesn't feel like a big growth period.
Facts.
And you're in it and you're like, oh no, we got to be better at this, we got to be better at that, and this has to happen. But when you zoom out, you're like, just wait a minute, be thankful for everything that's occurring, right? And so every time we usually take a step back is a great moment for us, because we're able to see the holes. Like now for us, we have our main goals down, like our long-term, like die happy goals. When we achieve this, we'll be completely content with everything. And who knows if we really will.
I bet you're gonna get
There's
there.
no way.
Yeah, like 10 of them.
You know what I mean?
Changes.
Right? But so we'll have like those goals, but there's always things along the way that will change, because like the world's changing. For instance, like you look at, I don't know, let's say AI. Who would have thought this would have popped up 3, 4, 2 years ago, or whatever it may be? And so there's always a curveball that comes in that you have to take a step back and assess. But usually we have, like, collectively, like with our whole camp, we have like, I would say what, two to three major goals, and then the rest are checkpoints along the way.
Yeah.
So it's more of a checkpoint kind of system, I say.
Yeah.
Wait, what are the die happy goals, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll be honest, I could tell you two afterwards.
Okay.
But I just,
You don't want to put it out there
I think
yet?
for myself, what I've learned is, your main things you can't broadcast to the world.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I respect it.
Because the energy of the world, there might not be people that are ready for it. True. And there might not be people that see it. And I believe in energy, and I don't want that energy working against us.
But you know what? I actually want to bring it back quickly to what you said about how when you're grinding so hard and you had this massive growth period, that sometimes you have to step back to see how amazing that growth period was. I think that says a lot about who you guys are, in terms of how passionate you are about what you're doing. Because we kind of had those same moments where we've been grinding for a year and we've had all these great successes, but it's like, but we're in the moment right now. And we're like, fuck, this didn't go the way we thought, and we need to do this and do that. And I think that's just actually just passion. I think that you're so passionate about what you're doing that that nothing seems good enough, which obviously can be a bad thing sometimes. But I think in the long run, it's actually a really great thing, right? And I think you guys will see more success from that. So, dude, just crazy to see the growth. And I want to kind of bounce from there, and I want to go. Before we get into the social media stuff, I want to talk about the Warner deal. The big man in the back found you guys.
Yeah.
What up?
Shout out George.
Kalibas.
Shout out George.
And I want to know how that came to be, and then just what that felt like for you guys.
Definitely. Go ahead.
I mean, like we had a period where, we were posting these couch videos, and people kind of knew us from that, but no one was really listening to our music, because you saw these couch videos, our music was behind it, but there was no direct correlation.
Okay.
And there was this moment where
we're getting big.
We were getting big.
Like,
we were
as
influencers.
As influencers.
Yeah, you were
but
content creators.
We were
at that
content
point.
creators.
Yeah.
Like if you saw us on the surface, you'd think, okay, these guys are content creators. They're not actually musicians. But we started as musicians and had to learn how to content create.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it's a little switch.
Yeah.
And then you know, like it usually goes, there was a video where we were pretending to sing bad.
Okay.
And then, you know, sing good afterwards. He didn't like it at all. And then if he didn't like it, I started doubting. I'm like, oh no, this is not a good video. So finally we post it. We go get a haircut. I just pull up my phone randomly and like, this video's got 100K views in an hour. And all of a sudden our streaming starts going up.
Yeah, that was the big
100
thing.
people listening.
We were
200,
watching our
300,
Spotify
400,
back end go
Okay.
Insane.
Okay.
Right when that happened, we exploited it. We said,
you
all right.
found the connection
We found
between the content and the
between
music.
content and the music, started posting more content like that. All of a sudden, all the record labels come.
Wow.
There you go.
Right? All of them come.
Yeah.
And no, like, you know, Warner, it just seemed like a great fit. It was a very family friendly. It was like a family environment, right?
I would say there's a few things that really made us feel like these are the people. This is the team. I honestly didn't think we were gonna sign. Even like I thought by now we still wouldn't be signed. We were gonna just do this all independently until we were big, and then we signed there. That way we get the absolute,
of course,
best deal, and we're in control of everything, and we own everything, and blah, 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 like all that. Like it was one of those kind of
course,
The classic, like, I'm an independent
yeah,
artist.
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
one of those, and that's because we honestly didn't get love, period, from the music industry. We never got any love from anybody. I honestly think, if I had to guess, I think they thought we were douchebags.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Hell yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
if I had
Maybe
to
it's a
guess,
suit, I don't know.
I think maybe they see the suit. I think maybe they think our content's obnoxious or whatever it is, but they didn't know who we are as people, who our team is. Like it's not just us two. Like we have Chris and Nick Nick's right there. We have and Chris is Nick's brother. Like we have an in-house team that sacrificed everything to do what we're doing. So I thought we were just gonna say, you know what? Screw these guys. We're gonna do it ourselves, and we're gonna have a vendetta against the whole music industry.
yeah.
It's a good chip on your shoulder.
It's a good one.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And then when we got the call from it was George that reached out to us. The first thing that was important to us was our listeners started, like, our biggest listener base is America. So these Warner Canada was the first Warner to reach out to us. And we said, okay, fantastic. We had already had a run-in with Warner Canada. They came to come see us. They came to come see us. They came to see us perform
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Cool. And you know, the guy came in and he was like, "Oh, you guys are great, but it's your typical A&R. Oh, you guys are great, but this, but."
Yeah.
Or I like this, but.
What were those buts though? What were
they
those?
were like, oh, you need to get with a good producer, or you need to do this, or you need better lyrics, or whatever it may be.
Okay.
You guys are performance. You guys look great. Your performance is great. Your music is great. It gets me up. But so we're already thinking, okay, here's Warner again.
Yep.
Here's Warner.
What did we
again.
do wrong?
Who's this guy, George?
Oh my God, here we go.
Right? And the important thing to us though was our listeners were in America. Like, this couldn't just be a Canadian deal. Couldn't just be a Canadian deal because it just wouldn't work for us. It wasn't the right fit. So the first thing we said was, I think for this to be a conversation, we have to have the Americans on board. That week, George got a call with the Americans. Damn. That Friday, we're on a call with George and the Americans.
But it didn't work.
Immediately. And right away, we're like, okay, this guy's, he's serious. Like, he's a guy who's going to get things done. Had the call with the Americans, went pretty well, had a couple more meetings. We had a bunch more meetings with a bunch of other record labels, went similar, but all the other record labels, what they said was, hey, we see the numbers, we like the music, we're gonna keep an eye on, and we'll see if we can work something out. George and the Warner team from the beginning was like, we love you guys as artists. We think long-term, we're thinking long-term, and we think long-term you guys are gonna do great things. We don't care about the numbers. Numbers are great. That's what got us here. But we like what we see. We like the music. We like the brand. And we like your story.
And we want you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never wavered the whole time. When we started getting close to like finalizing a deal, everybody came running and freaking. We were getting calls to
Yeah.
our manager. Wait, come on, we'll match this offer.
other
Blah, blah,
labels.
blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
other
yeah.
labels.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Everyone.
sorry.
You're like, fuck you, buddy.
Unfortunately, these guys were in our corner from the beginning, and that's what we're about. We're family. We stick with the people that stick with us.
That saw the value, saw the
Yeah.
potential. Of course,
I have
That's
to actually
really
say shout out Warner fucking Canada because they even been
100%.
blessed. with that.
100%,
I gotta shout out Chantilly.
Yeah.
Chantilly.
She's an absolute legend. They even for us, it's crazy. You're having this story. It's very similar for us. They reached out to us and say, hey, we want you to start interviewing our artists. We love what you're doing, and even when our numbers weren't there necessarily, but we believe in what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So we kind of have a similar story, not completely like no deal or anything, but
So how long did it take you guys to monetize your music?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And you guys, I guess, monetize the music now. Do you guys monetize your content as well?
Yes.
Of
Yes.
course, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we
Shout
gotta
out-
make money.
shout
Come
out
on, guys. Money buys happiness.
love YouTube.
Love YouTube, right?
Love YouTube.
Well, I actually want to talk about that because I was reading something. It was an article about you guys. Said that you guys really took advantage of the YouTube Shorts. That was a game changer for you guys. I remember us talking about it.
yeah,
and then I
always.
called you right out. He messaged me. He
Yeah.
goes, "Yo, the YouTube Shorts are coming.
Yeah.
You guys got to start going
Yeah.
hard. Trust me, right?" And I
Yeah.
guess that's when you guys were experiencing the growth. So talk about maybe that whole phase and what you saw on YouTube and how you got on that train really quick.
Well, like, you know, it started on TikTok and Instagram. We were posting these pretending I can't sing videos. And then, you know, YouTube Shorts came. We actually started on YouTube Shorts the year before. We saw a lot of success, but
Wow.
once again, no conversion to music.
Of course.
yeah.
So like, okay, maybe this isn't working. So we tried again with the new content. And then all of a sudden, I think we were in Germany.
Yeah.
We were in Germany for a show. And this one video is getting 20, 30, 40, 50 million views, and everything else is just going off. And then you see, you know, it's converting to the music, but it's also paying.
Of course.
It's nice, right? So
How's that been though for you guys to finally be able to make money off your passion and obviously like manage a team around it too, pay people around it too?
it just helps to scale. It
Yes.
helps us to do the things that we imagine. Before, you know, we have an idea and we say we don't have enough money to do this.
Always,
But now
yeah.
it's like, okay, how much is it going to cost? Let's go do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
But even in terms of like being able to build a team and sort of, you guys are a business at the same
Yeah,
time, right?
yeah,
And you're able to kind of put food on the table for other people. How does that feel? Because I know for
Yeah.
us, it was like when we started building what we're building, and you're able to start paying people and you know helping them with their passion because they love the music or they love the podcasting game or they love the content, whatever. Like that part also feels great because you kind of get to help other people through what you're doing too.
it feels great because we know what it's like to like, and when I say we, I mean our entire team, like through to Nick, Chris, my brother. We brought my brother on now.
Sick.
Like we know what it's like to do things for no money, and even some of our videographers, like some of the guys that have been in it from the
Yeah.
beginning, like we know what it's like to do things because we believe in a vision. When we finally got the money, it was like we deserve this, boys. Like we deserve this. Everybody here sacrificed. Everybody here did this because we loved it, and now we're reaping the benefits of it, right? Like it just feels. I think that's one of the best feelings that we've had so far.
Well, yeah, like, but even going back to YouTube, you know, YouTube is the reason
Yeah.
we're able to fund anything.
Crazy.
Right? It's the platform to go. Like,
Hell
it's,
yeah.
you know, to build a community and to be able to sustain yourself.
Yep.
And speaking to community, I'm curious. I know you mentioned that obviously the States is sort of, America is like your big audience, but was there anywhere, city or country that you noticed like you had a fan base and you're like, holy fuck, like these like people over here are listening to us? Like this is crazy.
All over Asia.
Yeah.
Really?
When that started going
That's
off,
sick.
hopefully we'll end up going there this year. But
Yeah.
that was a huge surprise because you're just thinking maybe U.S., Canada, and then
Yeah,
all of a
yeah.
sudden people in the Philippines, Japan, all
Just
over
singing
the
your
place.
tracks.
There's- right?
Yeah.
And they're the best fans. They're crazy.
Yeah,
They
they're
see us
amazing.
in the streets and it's like, wow, it's like
Yeah.
you're Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Right? So I got a lot of love for them.
yeah. They're loyal as hell.
Yeah. They actually stick by you too. They definitely when they see something they like, they're not afraid to voice it, and they're not afraid to support.
Yeah. Whereas opposed to maybe here. It's a
Here,
bit different.
everybody's too cool until you make
Everybody's
it.
too
Until you
cool,
make
right?
Until you make it.
And
then
did you
when
guys
make it-
experience that?
A lot of the time, yes. At least in Toronto, I've noticed that just because the industry that generates the most amount of money is not the entertainment industry.
It's not.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's not what people know. It's still very new. So they're thinking, is it even possible?
Yeah.
You're a musician. What else do you do? That's
First
That's
question
crazy.
you always
the-
get.
that was the question that we always got in Toronto. Whereas like other people overseas, like especially in Asia, and even I would say in England. England was a big one. Australia was another big one. Is like they see the artistry and they're like, I like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it becomes. They don't even ask the question. Is there something else? It's just
Yeah.
they see the artistry and they appreciate the artistry.
Yeah, the thing that I like though is, I like to think that we're an example for,
course.
for those Toronto boys, or
course.
Toronto,
Oh,
or
yeah.
whoever Toronto,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
to come up, because everything we've done, it's laid out.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can see what
blueprint's
happened.
there,
You can
yeah.
see the blueprint. It's possible for anybody. You just have to be able to change your mindset. We have this new song called Lucky, and there was a time where I always felt pressure. It was like, if I don't make it by this age, or I don't make it by this age, the moment we read this book, The Complete Reader, mindset's shifted, negatives into positives,
Yeah.
problems into solutions.
Yeah.
And you let go of any doubt, and then all of a sudden, I feel like at the moment we're on a roller coaster, and
Yeah.
things are just being handed to us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this over here. Okay, yeah, this YouTube short's going viral.
Yeah.
Okay, record deal here.
Yeah.
Just because of our mindset and the fact that we wake up every day with a smile on our face and ready to take on the day with positivity.
Because you
Right.
became open to it.
Exactly.
You became open to
Exactly.
accepting these blessings.
Yeah.
Right. Which is like it's a very hard thing to do.
It's okay to
It's-
accept
yeah.
abundance.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Yep.
Exactly.
You gotta be ready for it.
Yeah.
To not be living in fear and
Yeah.
the what ifs
Yeah.
and what happens if this doesn't work. And you just keep grinding, and then things start coming, and
Exactly.
then you say, "Thank you, I deserve that."
Exactly.
Thank you, I
Yeah.
deserve that.
Exactly.
Thank you, I deserve that. And you go,
Yeah.
"Fuck."
And it's not and it comes from a place too where it's like if anybody asks us any questions, I will gladly point them. I will give them our secrets. Like we have no secrets. We want everybody to win.
Yeah.
And that's why it comes from a place of like when we receive abundance, it's like thank you so much. How can I pass this on as well
Yes.
to
Yeah.
the people that are coming after us
Yeah.
that can use this and spread great energy as well to the next generation. To the next generation. That's
and
kind of how we lift it up.
Yeah, and we've passed it on multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple people we've passed it on to. Maybe they don't see successful because it's discipline too.
Of course.
Be ready to receive, but also be ready to work.
Yeah. It's both
You gotta
ways.
be patient too.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah.
we
big time.
noticed with Toronto, that's one thing that we've been like really, since we started this podcast, we've really been trying to change the mindset of like we got to work together.
Yeah.
Like we're from the same city.
Yeah.
And for so long I felt like it's like we all want to,
Competition.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We're not in competition. We're all chasing the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And if I help you get there, you're going to help me, and I'll help the next guy, and he'll help you. And it should be this big circle, right? I feel like, especially in the entertainment industry in Toronto, it's like, the society, they're very critical of like who they push, who they want to show love to. But one thing that we noticed, and I'm sure you guys did too, is once Toronto sees you leave and be successful somewhere else, then they're all over it. They go, "Oh, I fucking love these guys. I've been supporting since day one." It's like maybe not day one, but hey, we'll accept it now,
yeah. We'll
regardless.
still take you on.
The thing
Exactly.
people need to understand though is, maybe there's a misconception that there are people that are able to get you to this next level, but you have full control over your reality. You have full control over everything.
Especially with the internet now,
Everything.
and the way, like you said,
Yeah.
you want to learn something, YouTube.
That's it.
You want to grow a brand, YouTube,
There you
Instagram.
go.
You have all the tools.
That's it. It's right there.
And there's no Yes, listen, there's
Yeah.
gatekeepers at certain levels, but at the end of the day, to get your foot off the ground to meet these gatekeepers, so like,
all
you know
you.
what I mean? You have all the power to do it.
Yeah.
100%.
Right?
I think you guys have made a blueprint too, like you said, for potential future music artists to take that route too of the content creation, of the building community, building a presence. Do you think that that's the way that music is going, the whole industry? You think building kind of like a brand and then potentially getting signed?
You know what? I really can't say.
it's
I don't think there's a right way.
True.
Because you see people that are just so talented and they make it that way.
True.
You see people that their performances are they're just the best singer.
Yeah.
Like, and they make it that way. You see people who write amazing music and they make it that way. Like it really. And then
But what's
us,
what's the most efficient way?
I definitely don't think ours is the most.
No, I would disagree. I would say building a brand for sure.
Really?
Really, because like you get so much exposure online. If you're doing it right on all the platforms and the content's there, it's matching with the person you are. I think you do get more eyes.
I think you need the balls though to
Of course.
to stick through, because it's a lot of this
Yeah.
until it goes like that.
Yeah.
and
So
then it goes like this.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I think that first initial period of that, you really have to stick through that. And it could be a 5-year period. It
Yep.
could be a
Yeah.
2-year period.
Everyone's
Doesn't-
time is different.
Everyone's time is
Yeah.
different.
That's where people get scared though.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't see any
When
results.
it's stagnant, when it's just
when you can't
stagnant.
give them an end result date,
Yeah.
like, oh, by June you'll be here.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing. They're gonna
exactly.
be like, oh, wait.
But I don't know. For me, at least, I find not so much anymore. But the moments where I felt like I was just gonna give up, once you stick out for that extra day or
Yeah.
extra 2 days
Yeah.
or extra
Yeah.
whatever it is, all of a sudden that's where things happen.
Well, the more times you do that,
Yeah.
the more you're going to stick it out the next
Exactly,
time as well,
exactly,
right?
right.
And now, I guess being here at this point, like I said, over 10 million subscribers, followers combined, which is insane, right? For anyone, I guess, looking to follow in your direction or follow your footsteps, I have a few questions. Obviously, what kind of platforms are you guys focused on the most when it comes to social media? And what are you guys prioritizing when it comes to the mix of content versus music? Because you guys go hard in both.
Oh yeah, YouTube number one.
YouTube number one.
YouTube number one for us at least.
Okay.
It's it's the place where you can post shorts for discovery to get people to your long form, to get people to your community.
Yeah.
Obviously it pays well, but at the same time, when we post on YouTube, 500 comments within a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Your fans are engaged. They're ready. They're
They are,
waiting for
yeah.
you there, right? But no, we still have love for TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. But it's more like they're more like viral, video platforms. Whereas YouTube, if we post a video that's not as strong, we still have the fan base there that's going to be able to hold it down,
show love no
hold
matter
hold
what.
it down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But when you're going on TikTok and Instagram, your fan base is definitely there as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, but YouTube definitely number one.
Yeah.
And then how do you split time between, because you guys are very content heavy, how do you split time between the music and the content?
The music is always going to be first.
For sure.
For us, we use our content as a way to get our music to people. I think we spend a lot of time on content. Like a good week for us is when we are firing, we're filming like 3-4 times a week. Maybe not all day, 3-4 times a week, maybe like 4 hours, 5 hours, those 4 days. But we are spending a lot of time on content. The music is, I find we are more successful when we take a little bit of a break from content, shift all our energy creatively into channeling the best music. Once we build up like what we're doing actually this summer, like you'll see like we're gonna be releasing a lot of songs. So we're gonna have song coming every month and a little bit. Because the reason why is because we took the last 5 months and almost took a step back, but almost we spent more time crafting music, and now we have a bank of like 6-7 songs that are great songs that we think are now going to be the focus that we're shifting to. And now that we have those 6-7 songs done, we can focus a lot more time on the content
To push those songs.
to push those
Yep.
songs, right?
It's a balancing act you
It's,
guys are playing.
it's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
balancing act. We look at it. We always use the analogy of pulling the slingshot back.
Yeah.
So like we'll pull the slingshot back. We'll launch the rock. It'll get to a certain spot. Okay. Now we got to pull it back again and make more music. Make more
Yeah.
music. Make more music. And it doesn't
Yeah.
look like it might not look like we're growing, but we are, because
Behind
we're
the
just kind of
scenes.
we're building the building a little more wide before we
Go up.
go up again. Right.
Yeah, and the other thing, like with social media too, is you constantly have to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
Definitely.
we
But,
know that game.
No,
yeah.
but I guess for anyone who's trying to grow on social media, if you find something that works, exploit that until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yes.
how we had this massive thing, because we were doing not the same thing every single time, but the same idea, because the algorithms want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You post something that gets 10 million views in 2 days. The algorithms, obviously, the next one you post, all right, let's show it to the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to enjoy it for
What
a
have
period of
you
time.
noticed works in terms of, let's say, IG and TikTok when you're posting volume? What kind of I guess things should people look out for when they're trying to grow on those platforms?
I mean, everyone says it obviously, but it is that easy. It's the 2 to 3 second hook, something super quick. To
Which
get
you guys do at the beginning all the
super
time,
quick,
right? Like, yeah.
Like for example, I'll use the pretending I can't sing. you hear him going, ah,
Yeah, for the first 3 seconds.
yeah,
Wait, what?
Like,
You're
what's
like,
going on? Let me watch this, right? And then, you know, once he starts singing good, people are already hooked in. Okay, let me see what the rest of this video is all about.
Yeah.
But it's also just, you know, you can't just have that first hook. There needs to be multiple throughout the video.
Yeah.
Because to keep someone for 30, 40 seconds, you got to have the hook at maybe 15 seconds, then maybe like a 28. And it's, but even still, you know, for example, right now we're pulling back the slingshot, trying to find new things to do.
Yeah.
The stuff that worked before doesn't work anymore. So now you need to figure it out. Okay, what's happening on the platform? What's trending? What can we kind of adapt our own way? That's the whole thing. You want to be able to take other people's viral videos and just make it your own.
Make it your own,
right?
yeah.
Until eventually, you know, it becomes your own.
How about collaboration in terms of the music? Is there anyone that you guys want to collaborate with in the future? Anyone like a dream collab, a dream feature?
Definitely Dua Lipa.
Boom.
Hell yeah.
Manifest
See you
that
there.
shit. Manifest
See you
that shit,
there.
baby.
100% Dua Lipa. I would have honestly, even it's crazy. Like this is probably just a me thing because I was a fan. I would have loved to collab with Pop Smoke.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
That would have been epic for
Yep.
me, just because like I love that
Big
guy's
fan?
music. Yeah, big fan. But Dua Lipa for sure. Is there anybody else that you're loving right now?
Dua Lipa was,
I think
there's only one in my mind.
yeah, definitely Dua Lipa. BB Rexa is definitely on the radar
Yeah.
as well. I definitely love what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's great. NLE Choppa is another one that's he's in the Warner
Okay.
fam, and
Yeah.
and I definitely like that.
Crushes it.
Yeah, he definitely kills it. Even Coi Leray, I think her style would definitely fit what we're doing.
True.
And in terms of now, let's say a certain city or a certain festival or something, is there any dream or goals when it comes to that?
Definitely. I know. Go ahead, Adams.
I mean, we were just at Coachella.
Oh yeah,
So we'll see you guys there.
let's go.
We'll see you guys backstage.
Let's go.
Yeah, Coachella's a big one.
course.
Love Glastonbury as well.
Yep.
Definitely want to do that. The Scotiabank is
That's
is
number one. on the list.
Hometown.
That's number
yeah,
one. on the list.
hometown headline. That Scotiabank Arena, sell that out. That's going to be a big
Yep.
moment for us.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be
See
there.
you
I
guys
mean,
there.
I have
See you on the
another.
couch.
Yes, exactly.
I have a more personal question, just
Sure.
because you guys have experienced so much growth in the last, I would say, 3 years, right? What's one thing each of you have learned in these past 3 years about yourself that you can tell us that can potentially give value to someone?
Want to go first?
Go ahead. I'm gonna think about this.
It's a tough
It's
one.
maybe I spoke about it enough before, but like I said, I was always in a spot where maybe self-esteem. I didn't feel like maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'm not good enough for this. If you have that, if you're listening to this right now, switch right away. And it's not like something that you can just do.
Yeah.
You got to train it. The moment where I said, all right, I'm the best at this, I'm able to do this, I ended up here.
Yeah.
Everything changed
Right?
for real.
It's self-esteem and just positive thinking, literally waking up with a smile on your face.
Yeah.
That's what I do every single morning.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I would say for myself, I think it's the unwavering trust that you have to have. You have to have the trust in yourself. And there's bad habits that we all have.
Of course.
Every single person has a bad habit. I'd say my bad habit is I don't wake up early. I don't wake up early. I can't pretend to be, I'm up at 6 a.m. doing
Yeah.
this.
He still wakes up with a smile on his face. though.
Sometimes I'm up at 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm up at 11.
Yeah.
It's not, but the thing is what I used to do is I used to beat myself up over it.
Okay.
Because I used to wake up and be like, oh man, I'm waking up at 10. I'm waking up at 11. Like these people who kill it don't do that. Some people who kill it do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? It's just a matter of are you cheating yourself or not? If you're waking up at 11, just make sure that from 11 till, I don't know, for myself it was maybe 11 till 2 a.m. It was you're truly locked in and you're thinking about what you're thinking about. Just don't beat yourself up over it, because if you beat yourself up over it, you're gonna wake up, like you said, it's gonna be a vicious cycle
yeah,
every
yeah.
morning
You don't
where
wanna do that, no.
you're hating yourself.
Waking up in a bad vibe. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You
can't
got-
hate yourself.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that instantly.
Yeah.
100%.
Instantly.
That, and honestly, I think another thing I've learned is I truly believe it. You really got to take steps to be in shape.
facts.
I think that gets overlooked a lot.
Yep.
the more in shape that I get, the better I feel about myself. I'm walking down the street and my chest's a little higher. You know? Like it's
Gotta get a new suit now. Fuck, my chest is huge. Yeah.
So it's like you feel a lot better, and you're able to bring that confidence and bring that love of yourself into everything you do.
Yeah. The more confident you are, the better you're going to be at everything. And
I gotta get one of these suits, hey boys.
Yeah, me too. I gotta get the glasses.
Jealous right now. This guy got the shades on. So hold on, one more actually, because he mentioned that he never goes anywhere without the glasses. How did you guys establish this Bible, this Crash Adams Bible?
You know what? I would say it came down to, at the end of the day, we need to have things, call them gimmicks if you want to call them. There's somebody who always, every time we see who calls it gimmicks, kills me. But they are gimmicks.
Yeah.
And there's little things that you need to have that make your lives more fun, as well as more, you need to have signatures, your style on little things. And for us, at first, you know what? This is the funniest thing. He actually never spoke at first. Like his
No.
character.
It was killing me, man.
Have you ever seen Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen
of
Phineas
course,
and
of
Ferb?
course.
So Phineas and Ferb, they have the talkative one a little more, and then Ferb doesn't say a word. And just
Yeah.
maybe,
So imagine I'm doing a radio interview, like a college radio interview.
And you just didn't say a word?
And they're asking me questions, and I'm just like,
Jay.
I go nuts.
Like not
I
even
go
nodding or
crazy.
shaking your head, nothing.
nothing.
No. So we realized that didn't work. But the
No.
glasses was one of those things where it was like, it adds the personality to the Adam side, and it truly is him. Like he owns it. You know what I mean? So he
With the guitar,
he
he's just
loves it.
chilling
He's
with
got
the
the guitar, the shades. It's like the little personality thing. With the bow tie is another
Yeah.
one where he has a bow tie. I have a tie, where we make it our own, and you have to have personality in what you do, and you have to have little quirks that make you memorable.
It's a signature.
I like
Yeah.
it.
So
I
people,
like
when
it.
people
It's a
look at you guys, they know who's who.
Exactly.
They know why. They know the personality behind it. No, you guys have done it great. I mean, if you've done anything great, for sure, you guys like have killed the brand. So,
Thank you.
Which to me, and like he was saying earlier, is especially in marketing, and we like to say like the brand is actually like 80% of it.
100%.
Because that's what's going to draw people in. Then the other 20 needs to be your product is fucking killer.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys are kind of mastering both sides, but the 80% you guys have killed.
Well, the thing is, if you're scrolling on Reels, TikTok, Shorts, whatever it is, and you see two guys in suits, one guy's wearing sunglasses.
Oh,
got
you're
the
stopping
guitar,
right away.
You're stopping
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
away. Right? And that's the whole
100%.
See them on a couch.
100%.
Starts,
Yeah,
what's
and
up?
you
What's
see
the
them
couch in the
on
middle of the
like,
street?
you wanna know
Hold on,
what-
this
like,
thing has
what-
20 million views. Hold on.
What's going on
So
here?
do you
Right?
guys travel with that couch? You fucking bring it everywhere?
A lot, yeah. We bring it to almost everywhere. Right now, it actually needs to get fixed up a little bit. We wanna- 'cause
Reupholstered?
it's- Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to get reupholstered because it's been used. It's been everywhere.
Used and abused.
Looking a
eh?
little rough right
used
now,
and
but
abused,
we'll fix
but-
it up. We'll fix it up.
But it'll be there.
Well, guys,
You
listen.
came here for one question, boys.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for. Give it to us.
You guys know we're the MBH podcast, okay? Money buys happiness. I want to ask both of you gentlemen, do you guys believe money buys happiness?
give you an answer to that one. We believe that happiness buys money. We believe
Yep.
that happiness comes first.
Damn.
The money follows the happiness.
Hell yeah. Damn, we've actually never had that before.
That was
Really?
Yeah.
rehearsed, right? That wasn't
No,
us.
that
Full
was-
fucking spin. We're
I'm
changing
gonna
the
say
whole
you guys
name
are
of this.
geniuses, bro. I'm over here. I'm like, yo, that wasn't like off the top right now, right? Because that's a genius answer.
We're gonna fucking change the whole name of this podcast. We've done rebrand.
I like that a lot. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
No,
you gotta,
totally
you gotta
agree.
be ready to receive.
And you guys are perfect examples of that. Do what makes you happy first, the money will follow.
100%.
Guys, I just want to say, first of all, congratulations for all the
Yep.
success.
Thank you so
It's
much.
absolutely incredible. I think you guys are probably just at the beginning of your journey. I'm excited to see where you guys go.
100%. Likewise. We seen what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
We love that. We know that you guys echo us, that you guys are doing this because you love it. Like if you had no money, you were gonna be doing this with nothing or doing something else. We know
bro.
you'd be doing this.
Oh, dude, we spent we didn't make money for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same thing, right? So appreciate that. Yeah. You guys are
thank
killing
you.
it.
Thank you. Guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Go
And
check them out, everyone.
Yeah, we'll drop all your links.
Yeah, all good.
I mean, they know you guys. I know they know you guys. I know they know
If they
you
made
guys.
it this far, for sure they know you guys.
Yeah, and if you did make it this far, and I know you did, thank you guys so much. We love you. Like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment. We're easy. We take anything. Love, hate, whatever. We love it. If you're listening, guys, 5 stars, Apple, Spotify, you know the deal. Once again, thank you, gentlemen. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Dean,
That's it.